My wife and I got into an argument, and she said, "Do you want me to call my boyfriend?" "Yeah, call him! I want to find out who this guy is." I slammed my coffee mug on the counter. She pulled out her phone and scrolled to a contact, then hit call before I could see the name. She put it on speaker and set it on the kitchen island between us. The phone rang once, twice, then a voice I knew better than my own answered. "Babe, is everything okay?" It was my brother Drew. "Drew, you've been screwing my wife while I was in Afghanistan?" "Matthew, you're alive?" Drew's voice cracked like he'd seen a ghost. "What do you mean I'm alive?" "Of course I'm alive." I stared at the phone like it might explain this insanity. "But I went to your funeral." "We all did." His voice trailed off into nothing. Laura lunged for the phone and hung up. "What do you mean there was a funeral?" My mind couldn't process what I'd just heard. Laura slid down to the floor, sobbing. I'd never seen her like this. Not when her mom died. Not when I'd deployed. Complete breakdown, crying. She pulled her knees to her chest and rocked back and forth. I knelt beside her, more confused than angry now. "Laura, what funeral? I need you to explain right now." I tried to keep my voice calm. She looked up with eyes so full of pain I almost forgot she'd been sleeping with my brother. Through hiccuping sobs, she told me about the Facebook message. An anonymous account had messaged her saying I'd been killed in action, IED on patrol. "I called your unit, and they said you were on a classified mission. They couldn't confirm or deny anything." She wiped her nose on her sleeve. "Then your dad got the same message. Your mom did too. Then Drew. Everyone." My hands started shaking. Someone had told my entire family I was dead, while I was alive on base doing intel work, safe behind walls while they planned my funeral and buried an empty casket with my name on it. "I need to see the message. Now." I helped her stand. She pulled up Facebook on her phone, scrolled back months to a message request. Anonymous account with no profile picture, but the message had details. My unit number, the patrol route we used, the type of IED common in that area, things that weren't public knowledge. We held the service 2 weeks after the message. Full military honors. The base sent a folded flag. Laura showed me photos from the funeral I'd apparently missed. My parents crying over a casket. Drew giving a eulogy. Laura in a black dress accepting condolences. My high school friends as pallbearers. An entire funeral for someone who wasn't dead, who was doing classified intelligence work and couldn't contact home for months at a time. "When did you and Drew—" I couldn't finish the question. 2 months after the funeral. We were both grieving. It just happened. Fresh tears started. He was there every day, helping with arrangements, dealing with your things. "We thought you were gone." I stared at the anonymous message again. Something familiar about the writing style, the way they structured sentences, military precision but trying to sound civilian. Then I saw it. A phrase I'd heard 100 times. "Ultimate sacrifice for freedom." General Hampton's favorite saying. Oh God. I stood up so fast I knocked over a chair. General Hampton, Laura's father. My commanding officer who'd requested I extend my deployment. Who'd insisted I was too valuable for intel to come home on schedule. Who'd made veiled threats about court-martial when I'd pushed back. "What? What is it?" Laura struggled to her feet. I showed her the phrase. I watched recognition dawn on her face. Her father had very specific ways of speaking. Patterns we both knew from years of family dinners and military events. The anonymous message was full of them once you knew to look. "My dad told everyone you were dead." She grabbed the counter for support, but I was already thinking bigger. General Hampton hadn't just wanted me to stay deployed. He'd manufactured my death to make it happen. Traumatized my family. Destroyed my marriage. Pushed Laura into my brother's arms. All to keep me in Afghanistan running intelligence operations. He knew I'd never abandon you if I thought you were waiting. So he made sure you wouldn't be. The pieces clicked together. My phone started ringing. Drew calling back. Then my parents. Then numbers I didn't recognize. Word was spreading that I wasn't actually dead. That someone had orchestrated an elaborate lie that destroyed multiple lives. Laura looked at me and asked, "What do we do now?" I picked up my keys and headed for the door. General Hampton had some explaining to do. About fake deaths and real funerals. About playing God with people's lives for military convenience. But first I had one more call to make. To the Inspector General's office. Because faking a soldier's death had to be about a dozen different crimes. And I was about to make sure General Hampton answered for every single one. My phone buzzed. It was a text from an unknown number. I opened it as Laura watched over my shoulder. "Welcome home, son. We need to talk before you do anything rash. Your country needed you." Full story on channel linked below.